All right, welcome to SC Custom Designs, where this is part 3, where we are going to join the two pieces of oak, solid oak, together using these biscuits. So if this is the first time you're watching this series, know that there's a part 1 and a part 2. Part 1 is where we describe all of the setup, including this tape that you see here and all the marks that you see here. You know, where you're going to put your biscuits, not getting lost in the orientation, you know, because, you know, life happens. So, and then episode 2, where we actually use the tool to create these cavities to receive these biscuits. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to glue them up. To glue up, the tools you're going to need, obviously clamps. I have a Jorgensen vice clamp here. Basically, its whole job is to hold this piece so that I can have my hands free. You could argue I could lock it in my vise here, but then that would be a little bit tricky. I don't have one of those long vices. I'm probably going to get a kit and make one where the vise is really, really long, but we'll see what happens. All right, so have your clamps accessible and ready to go. Here's my glue. This is called the glue bot. It's really cool because all you got to do is squeeze. It comes up here. You don't have to worry about the orientation. Like this, for example, in order to get that glue out, you just squeeze it. This here is a nifty little tool, which we'll put on there. And it's basically, it just rides the edge so that you can go very quickly down the middle, like so, and drop your glue down in there. I may or may not use that. Just know that that's an option. I'm so used to just doing it freestyle. So just know that that's a thing there. All right. What else? We got the convincer. In the event I need to tap down on them a little more than I need to. Hopefully I won't if I did everything right. Note that when you create the cavities, the biscuit is going to have a little bit of play. I mean, just a little bit, right and left. So you don't really have to worry too much about being absolutely perfect. Okay. Again, watch episode 1, episode 2. We're going to go ahead and mount you now. Oh, of course, the all-important water and rags so that you can clean up that glue as you are as that glue starts coming out. All right, let's get to it. Hopefully you're going to be able to hear me. I'm actually premiering video number 2 as we speak. It's a Saturday, so folks probably aren't at their computers. They're probably busy doing work. All right, so what I'm going to do is give it a generous coat of glue all the ways down the middle like this, okay? Including going into the cavity where the biscuit is going to go in. Oh great, maybe I won't have to shout as much because of the furnace running here. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the other piece of wood. I tell you what, I'm more inclined to give more glue than less, because I could always, like I said, wipe it away. If I don't have enough glue, well, then that's going to be a problem. All right, now I'm going to set my biscuits down in the center of each. Let's just set this down. Of each area here. Just sort of hand press it down. Okay. Again, you're watching SC Custom Designs. We've been around since it's going close to the end of 2020 now. I think it was 2014 when we first started our channel for SC Custom Designs. And so there you go. So this here video series is all about making a super awesome coffee table. Look up that series. That series is independent of this series. Okay. All right, so got it all covered almost. just going to go ahead and give a little bit of a tap. Alright, now I'm going to use my trusty little glue spreader here. Spread the glue out. You can see that I'm going to be putting a little more glue. Maybe, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Spread that out. And like I said, I'd rather have a little bit more than not enough, okay? I'm going to go a little bit on the right side of the biscuit. Then on the left side of the biscuit. Okay. I think that should be plenty of glue for the project here. All right, please leave your comments, and we'll get back to your comments. Let me know what you're working on too. I want to give a shout out to my a subscriber who also has a channel. His name is Phil. Please look up Phil's workshop. He's in the UK, and I like watching him and just getting a cup of coffee and sitting down. I appreciate his accent as well. I used to live overseas in Jerusalem, Hong Kong, traveled the world, China, Russia, all over the place as a missionary. Hopefully you're hearing me. As a missionary. And that was just a lot of fun meeting folks from all over the world. But I did get to go to the UK. I was in the UK the week prior to Lady Diana, Prince Charles getting married. Just 1 week prior. So it's really interesting to see all the preparations and things going on. I got to go to do the usual things, the Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle. I just loved going down to downtown into London. What an amazing place to visit. Got to go to my first pub, had my first meat pie. It was really, really cool. With a gentleman by the name of Roy Gerald. It was a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and flip this guy and set him here. All right, just very gently set it down. Once I feel like I'm mostly where I need to be, I'll start tapping it down gently. That's why you need your condenser, by the way. All right. Just tap it down in there. All right. And a little bit more. Give that glue a chance to come up and out of the biscuit area. As you can see exactly where that is. All right, and I'm going to take advantage of the wiping up some of the excess glue as we speak. Let's do it now. Okay. Might as well get rid of that glue. You know how it is. Once that glue sets up, my friends, it's not fun. I don't know if I mentioned, I think I did. Yeah, I had a Jorgensen vise down here. I have a Jorgensen vise that's holding up the whole unit. All right, so there we go. Now I'm just going to take my clamps, start clamping. All right, pull this way a little bit. All right, a little bit of squeeze there. You see the glue coming out? my clamps a little bit, put them over here, so I can pull the unit forward a little bit. All right, there we go. I did have an extra biscuit. There goes my face. All right. I tell you what, is when you're doing glue up, I don't know about y'all, I find the most interesting things can happen. That's why I try to prepare as much as I can ahead of time, because stuff happens. All right, let's put the next clamp in here. Move him down that way, and I'll clamp him here. Now remember, you don't want to squeeze too much. You don't want to squeeze all your glue out. It's kind of anti-productive to do such things. Squeeze your glue out. Now once I get him, well, probably one more clamp on, I'm going to take him off the Jorgensen vise. All right, here we go. How are we doing there? Good. Okay, let's take that Jorgensen. He served me well. All right, now let's lie him down this way. Over here for now. Okay. All right. I'm going to get up a little bit more of that glue. Put another clamp on. We want to go the same direction as these guys. Okay. So you could probably write a book on all the fun things that happen when you are gluing up. I've got some stories myself on what could go wrong. Sometimes the project calls for you to be real spontaneous with what kind of corrective actions you have to take. Things sliding all over the place. Not so much in this case, it's just two pieces coming together. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'll put him on the same side as well, just because it'll be more convenient to manipulate it. I'm going to take a stronger clamp. You'll see the history of clamps in our wood shops as they became available to us. These being the older ones called the quick grip, and then the newer quick grips are made better, made to be more flexible, so on and so forth. All right, so let's hopefully flip this over. This is oak, by the way. It's very heavy. And let's go ahead and grab some of that excess glue. You want to get that glue off right away. Okay. I'm going to take a few more clamps and squeeze a little bit more. Again, not too much pressure. Just want to make sure there's lots of even pressure throughout the clamp up here. All right. I'm going to put you here. And times like this when you say to yourself, geez, so I got more clamps? That's just the way it works. Now you might be wondering about the humidity levels in your wood shop. I have a humidity monitor. It's 30. We got 37% humidity in here. Yesterday we had a high of 41%, and the temperature in here is 66, which actually feels pretty comfortable. So you want to keep that visible, especially in the winter time here in the Northeast. Gets a little more. I feel pretty good about this. It gets a very dry, so you're probably going to want to keep some humidity in your shop. So that's really it. All right. So the beauty of the biscuit joiner is that it allows you to join your wood in such a way where the boards aren't floating all over the place. Now, in the 90s, I was joining predominantly with and the word is escaping me. I have the jig hanging up over here somewhere. Where are you? The dowels. I used to use the dowel jig predominantly, and that's this guy here. That's not to say that I won't be not using it. So this is the Dewalt company, made in the U.S., Hastings, Michigan, and this guy here allows you to center it. You can see that. You could come around and make sure you can see what I'm saying. Center it right over your wood, basically, and just turn this. All right, now it's going to be clamped, and then go ahead and drill with the various sizes, all the way from 1/4, 3/8, 5/16, 7/16, and 1/2. All right, that's what I used to use for the most part. Yeah, so there you go. All right, so that is the shelf that's going to go under the table there. Be very curious as to how much this thing is going to weigh when it's all done. Pretty heavy. You know. Just want to come back over here. I want to make sure I got no glue. There's very little glue coming out down here. I'm fine. You know, I think you kind of learn your lessons the more you work with this type of thing. All right. Thanks for coming into the shop. It's Cousin Designs. We're moving along. I tell you, we got quite the progress. Let me take you off the mount. We got quite the progress going on here with making the super awesome coffee table. Okay. It's been a fun journey. It's just, I'm not done. I've got things I have to do, structurally speaking, and so on and so forth. But for the most part, here's the unit. I'm still not sold on these side panels here. I have a backup plan. I have another 1x12 oak because I went and picked up this. I ordered this guy here, the raised panel bit with back cutter, Augie, and he's 3.5 inches wide. And that's going to be a problem when I try to come into this very small cavity right here. So I bought this 3.5 inch unit here, so I can go ahead and have plenty of room to put that in, or just enough room to put that bit in there. Suppose the right way to go about that, I just don't have the time and do all the research, you know, get a bigger plate, get another plate here from the company Bench Dog. It's just easier for me to go ahead and cut that out, quite honestly. So we'll do a video on that. All right, so why I say I'm not sure, I'm not sold on these panels here is because he might be too thin. All right, after I planed it, joined it, it started out being this big. All right, and then I got it looking like this. I just like to go ahead and take my time and create it as I'm inspired, because I don't have any plans. If they just come out of my head, honestly, I just pray and say, Lord, help me. And he does. All right, and so there you go. So this glass unit here is going to sit right on top of the whole unit. The top is down there, of course. Considering doing some tapered legs in here. There's my tapering jig up there. Right there. Does a very simple job. Its whole purpose is to do this. I have an extra one because I made these legs for my wife's sewing table upstairs. Unfortunately, I wasn't doing thorough videos back then. I just barely had enough time to do what I had to do. So, but these days I'm taking my time and stopping. I figure folks want to learn, you know, how to do a thing. I can learn from you guys. Please, you know, leave your comments and suggestions. I'd like to watch your channels. So this is my humble little wood shop down here. Let's go ahead and end the video. He had a great fall. All right, take care. God bless. Shalom Israel. Bye to all the friends in Israel and around the world. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless.